Hi all, welcome to my work planner. This is my weekly's work planner. This is not by Hobonichi. This is by a company called Krina, and I use their paper religiously because they also use Tomoe River paper. But this paper is made by Krina, and it is a sort of a spark paper. Spark paper is their top invention. It's super thin, super thin, just like Tomoe River paper, and the fountain pen does not bleed through, so it is an excellent quality paper as well. So for this is my work planner, so I try to put minimal amount of stickers in. So over here is my work schedule. This documents however many classes I have during the week. So last year I had a crazy amount of classes. I'm mainly reciting what my experience is, because last year my experience was excruciating. Last school year, so the 2024 and 2025 year, it was painful, excruciatingly painful. It was so annoying because I was teaching like 6 different classes and I was teaching at 76% load. So I don't mind teaching at a 76 or 77% load if I'm teaching two classes, two type of classes or 3 types of classes. But when I'm teaching 6 different classes and I'm teaching at a 76% load, the load is unbearable. It was the hardest, most busiest year of my life. Haven't lived that long, but still. And I was teaching like 6 or 7 blocks out of 8 blocks a day, periods, and sometimes I had duties in between, and I had an hour of a meeting after school, and I had tutorials after school, so it was all just so hard. And on top of that, I signed up for my master's program that year as well. It was the worst year of my life in terms of busyness, because I was so cranky, I was mad, the school didn't offer me any support. It was so devastating. And because everyone else was also burnt out, and they also have pretty much the same load or close to the same load, and they would be let's just say that they wouldn't take kindly to your complaints. So, but this year we changed into a 5-period day, so we have 5 classes a day, and each class is 66 minutes, and we have 3 out of 4 classes. I teach mostly 3 out of 4 classes. On Monday I have 2 classes, on Tuesday I have 4 classes. So Tuesday would be my busiest day. So this is my work planner. I just started using this January, and the first week of January, coming back from Christmas break, I immediately took Thursday and Friday and Saturday off. Yes, I had to work that Saturday. It was so annoying. I took these 2 days off because the Saturday we followed a Tuesday schedule. Therefore, I did not want to come to class. I did not want to come to school because I had 4 classes, and also I was very sick. And also this Saturday was the beginning of my master's program, my next semester of my master's program. So I just grabbed whatever pen I had on hand. I mainly use this capless pen with a brown ink, but I also have these really fine markers that I can write with, so I just write whatever I had. There was a lot of midterm for the students. This day was when the report card comments were due. They take so long to write. So as you can see, I don't have a lot of stickers, and that makes me sad because I really do want a lot of stickers. Having a lot of stickers would make me happy, but I bring this notebook over to meetings and such, and even though my colleagues were so nice, they are nice and they're so fun, and they would be like, "Ooh, this is so pretty." They would be really supportive of my sticker collection. And also, this is my last year in this school. I think maybe I should have more stickers, because that would make more sense. Because all I want is to make myself happy, right? So who cares if I have a lot of stickers? But I'm still reluctant to put that on. So we're reading Mouse in grade 10. Part of the reason why I'm making these videos, knowing probably nobody is gonna watch, is because I want to watch them myself in the end, like years later, and this can be like my online video diary by going through the medium of doing journaling and planning. I want to remember my own life, and if I like ever is gone, that's getting macabre, but if that ever does happen, I want a collection of my life, what I have, my thoughts, what I was doing, what I was thinking, what I was writing, what I was reading. So there's some sort of record of me here. So I'm teaching Mouse to the grade 10s, and it's really hard because they're a very lethargic group. They are all ELL, and they hardly, most of them can hardly string a complete sentence together. So I had to break it down real finely in order to get the curriculum across. It is a wonder why I still teach the curriculum, because it is not what they are good at. They cannot be. The curriculum does not fit the expectations of the parents and the students because the curriculum is way too hard for them, but I try my best. And in grade 11 we did a Gather Your Rosebud pop quiz, and that went really well because the kids were having so much fun. And in grade 8 we're reading The Giver, of course. We had such a insightful discussion on The Giver, but it wasn't meant to be because we were like, oh, what is The Giver? And the students were like, birth mother doesn't exist in real life, and then we had a discussion on why it could or could not exist in real life. So that was it. Now, the week after that is the 26th, so it will be this past week. So, this past week, we introduced the kids to Mem Beans, and it's an online vocabulary platform. And we had the kids do all of that. So what I'm thinking right now is that I want to decorate this part and this part into sections like this, like my personal journal, because I'm having so much fun putting stickers into my personal journal, and I just love it so much. I want to de-stash my stickers. I want to use up my stickers because I bought a lot of them, and also, even though this is my work notebook, I want it to be filled with things I love and make it pretty, and that will be the stickers. So I'm just grabbing some sticking things like this, and I'm going to just starting to put these things in. I mean, it will make sense that I decorate this front part as well. Yeah. But let's do January 1st because I want to do that. So this is different from Hobinichi, mainly because in Krina, the monthlies only occurs at the beginning of each month. It's not like Hobinichi where all the monthlies were at the beginning altogether. As I'm decorating this, I have a feeling that I am kind of just putting stickers wherever that's pretty. Just leave it at that. Oh, by the way, on this day, I finished reading Alchemized. Which day was it? It was on a Thursday, this day. So maybe I will write that down. Oh no, this is my work journal. Ah well. And I remember I was really jittery on this day, so I'll put a coffee there. And I wear my headphones to school almost every single day because I don't want to talk with people when I walk into the school. Oh my god, that sounds awful. Oh, this is such a cute sticker. This is my happy place. I will put it on a weekend. Because it's true, it is my happy place. This is a really cute sticker as well. as a cheeky little nod to alchemized. I suppose that this is a work video, so I should talk about work. So to give some context, I work at a fancy private school in China, and it's rather difficult to describe what a private school in China is like, except that if I use a metaphor, a private school in China is, well, no, it's not really even a metaphor. A private school in China is very, 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 very much like a for-profit company. Even if they say, oh, we're not for profit, no, that's bullshit. Yeah, it is completely for profit. And they're not even like trying to hide it or be shy about it, because the audacity of them being for profit, the feeling of being in a school that is really heavily for profit overwhelms everything else. We feel the pressure of enrollment in the classroom. Imagine that. So there are KPI involved, although that never came into fruition. But imagine having KPI in a school, and you're a teacher, and you're trying to keep up with KPI. Sometimes it's just, where do you come up with these things? Life is just ridiculous like that. Yeah, sometimes that's what I think, because I'm exactly like that. So to give a brief summary, the KPI is like if how many students stay, how many students maintain, how many students would appreciate being in the school, and how many students really like the teacher, which is, in my opinion, detrimental to the essence of education. But that is not something that I need to discuss upon, because I'm not the one running the school, I'm not the one trying to make money, and I'm not the one that is being blamed or have to pay all these teachers. So I do understand both sides. I need something here, and then that is it. There you go. The perfect office sticker. So January is done, and now it looks really good. But if I have any extra really, really good stickers, I will post it here and here. But right now, I don't have any, so I will just move on into February. I'm thinking of putting more stickers over here, but oh, maybe I can. I can if I want to, yo. I can do whatever I want. I'm going to put this right here. Because this is the last week before Chinese New Year's. And I will be very happy this week, because this week will be the most wonderful week of the month. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, so where was I? The profit aspect of education. Yes, that is it. So in this school, education is seen as a business. And when it's being seen as a business, there are many concessions that you have to make. For example, if a parent wants to get involved with the school, with the education, you would very, very, very likely have to bend the knee. I probably am being a little over dramatic, but not really, because it has happened to me many times when parents get involved with education. they overtake everything. And there are lots of rules that have not existed before, but now does exist because of parents. For example, if a parent really wants extra tutoring for a particular child because they're not satisfied with an 80%, that is something that the teachers must accommodate within reason, within like between 3 to 4 after school. But recently there has been a major news that dropped between the school, and it has to do with the grade 12s. So as everyone knows, grade 12 is a graduating year. It's immensely important, incredibly important. And unfortunately, we also hired a new English teacher. We also hired a new head of department of English. And she refused. No, she is a very good, very good instructor. She's a very good teacher. She knows the curriculum. She's amazing. However, she's the type of person that does not compromise her professional ethics at all. What do I mean by that? I mean, the school has asked me to pass a student who have no business passing, and because I wanted to keep my job, I did it. I had to. It's expected, and that was what's happening for the past 3 years. But then recently, this year, they hired a new head of department, and this head of department does not want to pass kids without reason. Because why would you? Why would anyone? Right? And because of this, the parents are rioting, because we are a Canadian school, but because of this particular head of department teaching grade 12, many of our kids cannot register for Canadian universities because they don't have the ability to pass honors level English. At the fault of no one except for maybe the kids, because the kids could have worked harder, but they just refused to. And I mean, no, I shouldn't say that, because kids are kids. But many new teachers who came to our school have commented, be like, I have never seen a bunch of more unmotivated kids, because they're so lethargic. They're so apathetic. They don't care. They're very uncaring of everything. And they are not particularly partial to being called out and forced to work hard. Yeah, they don't like it. So, because of that, the parents came to the school and demanded to talk with the principal, with the principal of secondary, many times. They are relentless, as in our principal is like a lamb to the slaughter. Granted, it is the VP's responsibility, because I have taught grade 12 for the past 3 years, and I've managed to jump the line between being a good educator and also providing them with the type of marks that they will need to get into the university. So there are concessions that you can make. However, even concessions in which lines that I would cross without a second thought, my head of department vehemently refuses to cross, which I respect her for. I do, because she's so experienced and she has been a principal before and she does have the experience. I aspire to be like her one day, but I'm just not at the position to, because I'm not, and I admit this freely, I'm not at a position in which that I can readily stand up for myself and still feel comfortable about it. And because of that, my head of department is able to stand up to the school while also protecting herself by doing XYZ, by making sure that all the lesson plans are being met, all the expectations are being met, all the planning was done, and everything was cross the T's, dot the I's. So she's able to do that. Because I lack the experience, I am not able to do that, because they're always going to find faults, or they're going to make up things that goes beyond my expectations. And they'd be like, why didn't you do this? Literally, when I was talking with an administrator, she's like, you've been wrong. I was like, I know. She's like, we told you to raise the marks, and now we're blaming you for inflating the marks. Yep, I was like, yep, that is true. But what can I do? Like, what can anybody do? There's that. So, I don't know why, but talking about work makes me more and more unhappy. I really don't know why. This planner is really neat compared to the other ones. I'm trying to put more color into this page so that I don't only look at stationary stickers that are not interesting. Next week is this week, and I am going to put this every day is a happy day over here. On Monday is my favorite day because I only have 2 classes. And yeah, I guess this will conclude my January wrap-up of my work planner. Actually, I used to come to work every day and be so happy with everything because I used to love this job so much. I love the kids, I love the school, I love the distance, I love where I lived. It was all fantastic. I just loved everything. Not anymore, mainly because the school is making it so miserable. It's not on them per se, because the school is hemorrhaging actually money. The school needs money to survive. That's why they're making all these dumb decisions in order to drive teachers away, I guess, because we're pretty expensive. We're paid quite well. This bento box sticker is mine. It's so nice. I wish I saved it for a better day, but it's fine. There's always other stickers. Maybe I'll put like a food sticker here somewhere so it makes me less sad. Okay, I'm gonna keep talking because I need to finish decorating this page. My best friend, who is the drama teacher in the school, she received an email today saying that the school is not going to pay her 1 month salary because she handed in her resignation way too late. I was so shocked. Like, yo, are you for real? Because on the contract it says that handing your resignation before November 1st, imagine November 1st the previous year, because the school year ends in June, the following year, the end of June. So she did not. She handed in December instead of November 1st. And because of that, she's not going to get her 1 month salary. She was so angry. She straight up said, if I'm not getting paid, I'm not coming to school. But the issue with that is that the month's salary that she's not getting is in July. We don't come to school and teach anyways, because the end of our year is at the end of June. So how is that going to work? I don't know, but honestly, if she quits, I'm going to quit in solidarity with her. But I doubt that she will, because she's not very strong. As in, she makes concessions all the time. For example, we're doing High School Musical for our school musical, which is very stressful. But the school is constantly trying to avoid getting the rights to High School Musical, which is ridiculous. But granted, it's not the drama teacher's fault, because she tried to get the rights various times, but nobody responded. She went through all the good channels. She went through all the proper channels trying to get the rights, but nobody is responding to her. So because of that, we are proceeding on doing the High School Musical without the rights. And that's, if this was happening in North America or Europe, it would be unthinkable. But it is happening in China. So, I mean, I am a proponent of copyright and intellectual property, but a lot of people just refuses to acknowledge the importance of it when they are faced with a boring night and pirated movies. February is done, and there goes my little blurb, my little there you go. Be amazing today. Yay. Okay, that is it. I'm looking forward to February next week. I have a major assignment due this day, so not looking forward to that. But yeah. I'm so glad my work planner is pretty as well, because I need it. Before it was bare. Now it's pretty. My work planner has 60 pages of back pages too. I can write whatever I want. Maybe I'll write all the feelings I have about the school here. Maybe next time I will write about things I'm grateful of. I will talk about things I'm grateful of, so I wouldn't be so negative. Yeah, I would hate to come back and into my memories of these videos and be like, I had a horrible time. But yeah. Okay. Bye-bye.